Yes, my name is Mistress Precious. I'm from Houston, Texas, and I am attending DomCon 2013. This is our 10-year anniversary here.
Mistress Precious, how long have you been involved with DomCon?
I've been from the inception, 10 years.
Wow, and how long have you been a dominatrix?
30 years.
30 years, and how have you seen the industry change within those 30 years?
Well, before, in the 30 years, the computer came out. Excuse me. They used to not have computers back then, so it's changed quite immensely. It used to be that you would have to send a self-stamped addressed envelope to a mistress to even be able to get to see her. Nowadays, it's come out into the mainstream lifestyle, and it's been fantastic.
How have you influenced DomCon in the last 10 years? What have you brought to the table?
Basically, I'm in charge of the industry-only classes. I think this is one of the best things about DomCon is because it's actually educating the up-and-coming women that want to be in this lifestyle. And there used to not be that. There was never any education that was offered. So DomCon is, in itself, the best thing that could have ever happened to our profession.
So how did you find out about all of this when you first started 30 years ago?
I knew I was a kink. Always knew I was a kink. And kindergarten, I had all the boys lined up on the side of the classroom and had their pants down. The teacher walked in and said, "Why did you do that?" I said, "Because I can. It's who I am. I'm a kinky person. I enjoy BDSM, and it's just part of my life."
What for you is the best thing about DomCon then?
I think it's the education and also meeting the other mistresses and communing with one another, getting to really know one another.
When you've been down, I've seen you down in the exhibition hall, getting people to shop for you. Have you seen anything in particular that you really need or want this year that's maybe an innovation in the scene?
Oh, yes. I've already bought it.
What? What have you bought? What have you bought?
New leather jackets. Let's see. New nipple clamps that I just busted. Urethral sounds. A hood. I buy everything here. My best time is on Sunday, and I just go through with my poor credit card, and that's what I do.
Have you brought anybody with you to DomCon this year?
Yes.
Who have you brought with you?
I brought two. I brought my slave, Jack, who's my husband, and also my slave, Daniel.
Awesome. Are they having a great time?
Yes.
Of course they are. They're serving you.
Of course they are.
What is the strangest thing you've encountered over the last 30 years about being a mistress?
I just love the fact that we're all friends now. I mean,
Well, what was the strangest thing you've encountered?
The strangest thing I've encountered? Nothing strange to me. I really don't have anything strange.
What advice would you give to any woman who is wanting to become a dom?
I would say get a mentor. You need to have somebody who's been in the scene that you can look up to, and they'll train you the right way. That's what DomCon's all about. The education is invaluable here.
If you could bring 3 things with you to DomCon, only 3 things, what would it be? What would they be?
Boots, high heels, and a vibrator. That's all you need.
And what does the future hold for you, Mistress Precious? I mean, you've been in the scene for 30 years. You've seen it change from, P.O. boxes and telephone numbers. And I'm sure it's been quite a journey keeping up with all of these different advances. What does the future hold for you?
At some point, I will retire. I'm actually thinking of opening a commercial dungeon in Houston. It would be probably the only commercial dungeon. But I would like to start training women the right way. So that's in my near future. I mean, the good thing about this profession is that you never really have to retire. Age is no barrier when it comes to professional dominatrix. I mean, instead of hitting somebody with a regular cane, it might be my walking cane. That's how old I've been doing this. But I think it doesn't matter how old you are. in this profession.
What is the biggest mistake then that ladies make when they're trying to get into this industry? What is the thing that you see that you think every time, no?
Yeah, well, this is, chicks with whips don't make it in this industry. It doesn't matter if you're beautiful, if you've got big breasts, anything like that has no bearing on this. If your mind is not geared towards S&M and you can play with the mind, the body just follows. But I see a lot of women thinking, oh, it's just all about the money. And so I would recommend that you...
Okay, let me just start that. Let me just start the question again. What is... Let me just leave that door. What do you think the biggest mistake is that ladies make when they try and get into this industry?
Well, I don't think they're doing it for the right reasons. If they've just got dollar signs in their head, they're not going to make it. This is not about that. This is for the long term, for any mistress to actually survive this for the long term and be in it 20, 30 years. It's not about the money.
If you could dominate anybody in the world, who would it be?
I'd like to have two, please.
Of course you would.
I'd like to have Goddess Phoenix on a leash while I ride Mistress Absolute around.
Thank you, Mistress Precious for DomCon. Get you.com. Blah.